we're going to bring Dean on, and then you're going to have to tell Dean, me, and Nate. You may not be able to put it in, but how you found, well, I guess it was back when those things were like, 800 pounds. So we're going to bring Dean on. Dean, man, you there?
I'm here.
Dean, finally we get you on after playing email tag, like an epic game of email tag.
Exactly. I think this had to be the world's record.
You know what? A good thing I look so good, because you'd have dumped me years ago with the email tag we've been playing. And nobody can tell everybody out there about the legendsfantasyleagues.com like you can, so I'm going to let you tell it in your own voice.
Thanks. I appreciate it. What Legends Fantasy Leagues is all about is a new way to play fantasy football in an old-school format. People are playing fantasy football nowadays, and you got two ways to play it. You could play with, a bunch of guys. You play 10, 12 guys. You're in your own closed league. Or you go online and you go over to ESPN or Yahoo and join some random league. And, you're lucky you might win a couple $100, but, what fun is that?
Well, you're
what
right.
What Legends does is actually get to play against your favorite legend. How cool would it be to be able to play, if you're a Cowboys fan, you've had Tony Dorsett poster on your wall growing up and you wore his jersey, and now you actually could take him down in fantasy football, and if you beat him, you might get a tweet about it. He might be on your Facebook. You're going to get a personalized signed picture from your legend. You're going to basically get a signed ball, signed helmet, chance to meet these guys. We're offering fan experiences that have never been available before, and taking fantasy football to the level where the players, legends, and the fans are all on the same playing field. It's a really cool concept, and the players love it. They get to actually hang out with the fans, be the great social media world, and the fans love it because they get to play something different.
You know what? I'm looking through your site right now, and I got to tell you, O.J. Anderson. If you're an old school guy like me, and I'm 33, but I grew up in the 90s and the late 80s watching football. Who doesn't know O.J. Anderson? One of my favorites. Ickey Woods. There's a dream guy right there that everybody loved, personable, and even Eddie George. Now, you're working with these guys, you're interacting with these guys, and I'm going to have to put you on the spot. By far, who is the best fantasy football player that you have employed under you right now?
Well, to tell you the truth, I hate to mention who these guys are, but as a JETS, Jets fan, my heart's a little reaching towards my boy Victor Green right now. And also, one-time Jet, who probably threw the greatest long ball in NFL history, Jeff Blake. Not too shabby either.
Yeah, Jeff Blake was on, and he called out everybody, and that was nice. Now,
Jeff's a heck of a player.
If someone's looking for the easy autograph, they just want the easy win, and this might be a hard one for you. Who's the best chance for someone to win against?
You know what? It's really hard to say because all these guys are pretty good. It'll be back. What's the funny thing? If you, out of all of these players, only one of them has ever played fantasy football before, and that's Blake. None of these guys have ever played it, if you can imagine that. But they all follow it. They all know who these guys are. So they're really excited about it because this is all their first time actually playing. So all you guys out there that are fantasy gurus, you actually get to take a playing against some rookies and you're getting your butts kicked.
I'm going to say this. I'm guessing the one guy you probably want to go up against is Antonio Freeman, just because you see the video where all of his fingers are broken and everything. He can't change his lineup.
He can't type. He can't put his lineup in. You know what? This is really not a bad player in the whole bunch. I mean, old school boys. Listen. Last thing you want to do is see Too Tall Jones coming at you as a quarterback or as a fantasy player. and Chris Dolman, forget about it. He'll take your head off in fantasy as well as take your head off on the field.
Man, that guy was scary. And Eddie George. Tell us a little bit about Eddie George, because he's one of those guys. I think everybody that's played fantasy that's even played Madden because was on the cover of a Madden, or just watch football. Everybody's wanted to meet this guy. So nice.
All these guys are so nice. It's really great to be in this business here because these are just regular guys. That's what's great about it. Is these are guys that you're actually, as I said, wore their jerseys. You've seen them play at the games. You've seen them play on TV, and then all of a sudden you talk to them and you just realize they're just regular guys who basically going online and saying, okay, let me see who's projecting this week. Who am I going to start? Who am I going to play? And it's great to actually interact with them and to be able to say, gee, should I be playing Breeze or should I be playing Brady this week? I'm like, listen, man, what do you? Let's think about it. As long as they're not playing the Jets, don't choose them.
You know what? I'll say this: what sold me that I really enjoyed working with you and interacting with you on a great email phone tag basis was when we talked on the phone. You basically said, "Is you know what? You could win a signed helmet from Roger Craig that said." You would have beaten me if you would have played this guy last week. Thanks, man. Roger Craig.
Exactly. That's what's great about our stuff is everything is personalized and unique. It's all about the fans. As I said before, you could play in a fantasy league online, and if you're lucky enough to maybe win once or twice in your lifetime. I've been playing 20 years. I've won one title in 20 years, so you never forget that. But if you win a couple $100, a year or two later. I don't remember how much I won, but you can look up on your wall and see a signed picture. You can see a signed jersey, and you know forever that you beat Tony Dorsett. You'll know that in 25 years, you'll still have that signed jersey that's from Darryl Strawberry that you beat him.
Ooh, Darryl Strawberry. And look at the prizes. You can win signed memorabilia, a meet and greet, iPads, 2 tickets to the big game. Holy cow!
That's it. We're giving. It's all about the fans, man. Money is great, but it's just things that you can never ever get. How if you're in the New York area and you actually could win 1 week, you can actually go lunch from Darryl Strawberry's restaurant and meet the guy. How cool would that be? Sit there, take a picture, and actually sit there and have a burger with Darryl.
And I'm looking at the picture right now of some of the food that he has at Strawberry's Place, Sports Bar and Grill. That's some beautiful food, man. The curly fry or onion rings look good. Let me tell you, he's got some of the best wings I've ever had, and I've been around this country and had some wings. Let me tell you, and he's got some incredible food over there. A top-notch chef, great food, great place. If you're in the New York area, it's a great place to come and watch the games. And man, Joe Horn. You know what? I can't say enough great things. Brandon, you know Joe Horn, right?
I know him a little bit. I've had some passings through with him, but of course everybody remembers him with the cell phone incident back in 2003. He was a great receiver with the Saints and Chiefs.
Even the Falcons for a year or two.
Mm-hmm. Played for the Falcons as well, sure. Mm-hmm. His claim to fame was New Orleans. He's a Saint down home, and actually Joe actually is in the barbecue business right now, and he's got some great barbecue sauce that he sells.
Ooh, barbecue. That's
just great. A lot of these guys have some great things going on in their post-career. Chris Dolman has got this great auction site for charities, and Jeff Blake runs a quarterback facility, and Victor Green runs Class Act Sports, and Strawberry has his grill, and Carl Banks does broadcasting. These guys are all keeping busy now. Too Tall Jones is helping build homes in his hometown and trying to raise money to build communities. So these guys are all out there. They're all trying to do make a living or keep their foundations alive. And by playing Legends Fantasy, people are actually supporting some great charities along the way too.
Let's set the record straight, though. It's a different kind of building homes from Refrigerator Perry, who actually works on a construction site.
Yeah, it's a little different than some of the people are used to. But listen, as long as you have a roof on your head, you're doing okay.
So one more time before we let you go, legendsfantasyleague.com. Anything else that we've not touched upon that you want to get out to our fans about your site?
Well, it's just a really great experience. The fact that you can actually social media with this thing here. We actually, if you visit us on Facebook, we have giveaways all the time to win iPads, to win meet and greets. It's a way for you guys to actually interact with the players. So if anybody gets the chance, obviously check out the website at legendsfantasyleagues.com. Like us on the Facebook. We also have the Twitter, and the Twitter is also the guy. So if you actually beat Roger Craig this week, he might actually tweet about it. Good job. And you beat me this week.
Ooh.
So it's a lot of fun. But imagine on your Facebook, you wake up one morning, you see on your wall that Joe Horn says, "Hey, great job. Why the heck didn't I start Fitzpatrick this week?"
And that's a lot different from the fake profile page I have of Andre Johnson that leaves rude stuff on mine. So that's awesome.
Yeah, these guys are all real. It's all legit. If you go on our YouTube page, you hear a lot of the articles, the interviews. You hear when they're on with you. They talk about it. It's great. These guys are all aboard. They're having a lot of fun, and it's great to have the fantasy football players out there have something new and different to experience versus the same old boring stuff. Fantasy football is never boring, obviously, by the way. But it's great to break the mold, to have something different in the industry, and I'm very proud to be able to offer this.
And I'm even more proud that you are working with us. You got a lot of offers out there, and we're one of the few sites and shows that you're working with, and that's really cool for us. And Jeff Blake was a great interview, and we're really excited down the line for the guys you pass on. And I can't thank you enough, and our fans can't.
My pleasure. Look forward to it. Glad we could help out. Thanks for the time, and everybody enjoy the season, and keep listening, and you'll hear from legends all year long.
We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Man, I love that guy. You know what? Dean's salt of the earth.
Great guy.
And listen, you know what? I couldn't say anything, but you might want to play against Daryl Strawberry. Didn't want to say it to him, but Daryl Strawberry's the guy I want to play against.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying why, but I'm just saying Daryl Strawberry, the guy you want to play against.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, well, let's move back on.